Good morning to all. In fact, first of all, I have to thank Sri Shekhar Reddy Garu, the chairman, CII Telangana, who has been there in CII Telangana for a long time, who knows how to coordinate with the government and see and align your industry with the government. With him, we have our senior most bureaucrat who have a vision, who has the administrative well commitment, and my association with him since I was an MLA, then as a minister, then now as a minister for different departments, have seen from close quarters. His intellectual thought will be comprehended in his bureaucratic lifestyle, and with no red tapeism added to it, he delivers. That is Mr. Dana Kishore, the Principal Secretary, and Mr. Gautam Reddy, who is the convener of CII Telangana, a known friend of us, Sri Sai D. Prasad, and Sheikh Saimuddin, who is the CII Telangana Director and Head, and Mr. Srikanth Reddy, who is the Managing Director, Cushman and Wakefield, and the prominent dignitaries who have come from the field of the dais, friends on the media, ladies and gentlemen, మీ అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నేను ఈ సందర్భాన్ని పురస్కరించుకొని మా ప్రభుత్వ పరంగా ఉన్న ఒక విజన్, రాబోయే 5 సంవత్సరాలు వరకే ఆలోచన కాకుండా ఈరోజు ప్రభుత్వ మార్పు, ప్రభుత్వం ఆచరణలో ఎక్కడ కూడా ఇబ్బంది రాకూడదని ఒక ప్రధానమైన అంశంతో గత ప్రభుత్వాలు ఏం చేసినాయి, మేము రాజకీయ పరంగా ముందుకు పోయి దాన్ని ఆపు చేసే ప్రయత్నం చేయకుండా మా విజన్ అంతా ఒకటే, రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతి ఇంపార్టెంట్. మాకు ముఖ్యం రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతి. ఆ రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతిలో భాగస్వాములం అవుతామని మీలాంటి వారు అందరూ కూడా ముందుకు వస్తున్న తరుణంలో మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ కూడా భాగస్వాములను చేయాలి. ఈరోజు మేము పొలిటికల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్స్ లేకుంటే మా పరంగా పనిచేస్తూ ఉన్న, ప్రభుత్వ పరంగా పనిచేస్తూ ఉన్న అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్సే కాక మీరందరూ కూడా పూర్తి స్థాయిలో మన రాష్ట్రాన్ని ముందంజలో ఉంచాలని, మేము భాగస్వాములు అవుతామని ముందుకు వస్తున్న వారందరినీ కూడా ప్రోత్సాహం చేయాల్సిన బాధ్యత మా పైన ఉందని, ఒక బాధ్యతాయుతమైన ప్రభుత్వాన్ని నడపాలని, జవాబుదారితనంతో ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లే ప్రయత్నంలో ఈ ప్రజలందరూ కూడా మార్పు కోరుకున్నారు. ఆ మార్పును చూపెట్టాలంటే ఆ మార్పులో మీరందరూ కూడా భాగస్వాములు కావాలనే అంశంతో మీ అందరికీ అపీల్ చేయడానికి ముఖ్యమంత్రి రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారి తరఫున మేము, కానీ ప్రిన్సిపల్ సెక్రటరీ గారు దానా కిషోర్ గారు కూడా రావటం జరిగింది. మేము ఈరోజు మీకు ఎందుకు చెప్తా ఉన్నామంటే, అనేక సందర్భాల్లో 1991లో ఆనాడు రాజీవ్ గాంధీ గారి కళలని ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లే ప్రయత్నంలో ప్రధానంగా ఉన్న పివి నరసింహారావు గారు కానీ మన్మోహన్ సింగ్ గారు ఎకనామిక్ పాలసీస్ లిబరలైజేషన్ మొదలుపెట్టారు. ఒక ఈకో సిస్టమ్ డెవలప్ అయింది గత 3-4 దశాబ్దాల కాలంలో. ఈ ఈకో సిస్టమ్ని నువ్వేం చెప్పాం, నిన్న కూడా మొన్న అక్కడ మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్న సందర్భంలో, ఈ ఈకో సిస్టమ్ ఇవాళనో నిన్ననో మొన్ననో క్రియేట్ చేసింది కాదు. కేవలం 10 సంవత్సరాల్లోనే ఇంత బ్యూటిఫుల్ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన అంశం కాదు. 3-4 దశాబ్ద కాలం హయాంలో మీలాంటి వారు అందరూ కూడా భాగస్వాములై ఒక వాతావరణాన్ని సృష్టించే ప్రయత్నంలో ఆనాడు మా ప్రభుత్వం ఉన్నా, దాని తదుపరి ఇంకో టీడీపీ ప్రభుత్వం ఉన్నా, దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళా తిరిగి మా ప్రభుత్వం వచ్చినా, మళ్ళా తిరిగి ఇంకో ప్రభుత్వం వచ్చినా, ఈరోజు అందరి ప్రజలు కోరుతా ఉన్నది రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతి కనుక అందరం కూడా రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతి గురించి ఆలోచన చేయాలని ముందుకెళ్ళిన నేపథ్యంలో మీకు సంబంధించిన ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ అండ్ రియల్ ఎస్టేట్ కూడా ఓవర్ ఎ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ 3 decades it changed drastically. Before 91 and after 91, lot many people who very famous personalities who have been involved before 91 also are here. They can literally tell the difference before 91 how was it and after 91 how was it. We are not claiming and we are not here to claim that 91 has provided, but we are here to tell that over a period successive government has also been striving for the development of our state. And after bifurcation, we got this opportunity for the first time. తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం ఏర్పడ్డ తర్వాత మొదటిసారి అవకాశం వచ్చిన నేపథ్యంలో మేము ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతిని మొత్తం దేశంలోనే అగ్రగామిగా ఉండాలని ఒక ఆలోచనతో ముందుకు పోతా ఉన్నాం. మా ఆలోచన నిజంగానే ఆచరణకు రావాలంటే మీలాంటి వారందరూ కూడా పెద్ద ఎత్తున భాగస్వాములు కావాలి. ఈరోజు 12 వర్టికల్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ మీ కన్ఫెడరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియన్ ఇండస్ట్రీకి సంబంధించి. ఈ 12 వర్టికల్స్ కూడా పూర్తి స్థాయిలో భాగస్వాములై ముందుకు నడిచినప్పుడు మన రాష్ట్రం తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం ముందంజలో ఉంటుంది. దానికి సంబంధించి ఏ విధమైన మేము మా పాలసీ విధానాలు ఏ విధంగా ఉండాలి, ఆ పాలసీ విధానాలు ఏ విధంగా మీకు అందరికీ ఫ్రెండ్లీగా ఉండాలి, ఎట్ ది సేమ్ టైం వీ హ్యావ్ టు మేక్ ఎ బ్యాలెన్స్, తిరిగి ప్రజలపై భారం పడకుండా ఉండాలా, దాని తర్వాత సరి అయిన ఎమ్యూనిటీస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తూ ఉండాలా, ఒక మంచి నేబర్హుడ్ క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి మీ అందరి పాత్ర అవసరం. ఈరోజు అదే క్రమంలో మనం చూస్తూ ఉంటే one of our speakers was telling about Danakishore was speaking about industrialization, how it has impacted our environment. Definitely. Appudu industrialization was the key. We didn't mind because we never had that sort of a demographic profile. Now we have crossed, we are nearing 1.5 billion population. And world over are also thinking of a sustainability model. Any model, you see, any industry concern is a sustainability. This sustainability is linked to the environment, especially how we use our energy, what form of energy should be there. And in fact, many people who have come, many people would have come to Davos. We had many interactions with many people. Over there, their total concentration, including your infrastructure, including the real estate, everything they were insisting upon on the sustainable model, which emits less carbons. Ultimately, inka nayam manaku andariki kuda sensitization regarding this carbon emissions. We will be starting from school now, because we have to, the next generation or the next generation has to learn what is carbon, how does the carbon impact our environment, and what should be their social involvement in not to emit carbons. అనేది కింది స్థాయి నుంచి రావాలి. టుమారో ఇప్పుడు మనం పేవ్మెంట్ మీద నడవాలా, మా స్కూల్లో నేర్పించకుంటే ఇంకోటి నేర్పించకుంటే ఇంకో దేశాలు తిరగకుండా ఉంటే మనకు కూడా తెలియదు, ఆ రోడ్డు మీద మనం కూడా నడుస్తూ ఉంటాం. సో ఇట్స్ ఆల్ రివాల్వ్డ్, మన టోటల్ ఆల్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఆర్ రివాల్వ్డ్ అరౌండ్ ఈచ్ అదర్. సో మై పాయింట్ హియర్ ఈస్, now we have to think of industrialization, now we have to think of infrastructure development, now we have to think of real estate projections on a sustainable model. So this sustainable model, because we will be competing with the world, as told by our principal secretary, most of our infrastructure giants are present all over world. మీరు చూసిన ఈ 10 సంవత్సరాలనే కొద్దిగా వెనుక ముందు అయింది, కానీ ఇంత పూర్వకం we were everywhere. Because of few people, something got struck in between. నేనేమంటున్నానంటే మీ పాత్ర గురించి, మేము మీ సహకారం గురించి, ఎందుకంటే మా ప్రభుత్వం, మా ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారి ఆలోచన విధానం మీ ముందు పెట్టడం జరిగింది. ఆ విధానపరమైన నిర్ణయాల్లో మీ పాత్ర అవసరం, మీ సహకారం అవసరమని, మరి ఈరోజు ఏ విధంగానైతే మీ ఇండస్ట్రీ మా ప్రభుత్వ పరంగా ఏ విధమైన ఆలోచన పరంగా అలైన్ కావాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో మీరు ఈ చేపట్టిన ఈ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ అనేక సబ్జెక్ట్స్తో పాటు చాలా అంశాలు ఉంటాయి. గవర్నమెంట్ అనగానే అనేక అంశాలు ఉంటాయి, మేము ఒకటే కాదు, బ్యూరోక్రసీ నడిపిస్తుంటుంది, ఇంకా కింది లెవెల్ బ్యూరోక్రసీ ఉంటుంది. you will be facing hustles and hurdles in lowest levels of bureaucracy. We know it. How to overcome it? We always are very conscious and I always tell, recently in so many meetings in Jeddah and in other parts of our globe, I was just telling ease of doing business unto now. Yes, we are forefront in that. But still, I know there are certain hurdles in lowest levels of bureaucracy. The psyche of those people will also get changed because they also needed change. We would also request them to change for betterment of our state. So you need not worry about all these hustles and hurdles which have been there earlier. Then you have to come to a point where, Mr. Srikanth Reddy was mentioning about so many issues like planning. He was comparing Bangalore with Hyderabad. Why talent is there, why talent is not here. And he has difference of opinion in unlimited FSI. And why people are losing, the investors are losing confidence. So these are the things where we would look into, where we will approach you again on a different platforms or individual meetings with the CM who holds this portfolio and try to see that we will ease out all these problems with a unanimity. If the industry has no unanimity, the government can't do anything. For example, on FSI front, few people say it has to be to a certain level. Few people say no, FSI should be open. So this is where the government comes into confusion. And any dynamic, principal secretary can't take any decision. I think he is sitting on that decision right now. So these are all the things. When few people want this and few people from your industry, confederation doesn't want it, then it's a problem for the government to decide. And the government will go its own way. So that's what happened last time, I think, and it has gone in a way which has not been desired. This is my individual and our government perception. So these things aside, real estate gani, infrastructure gani, I still feel I'm a novice in the field of in the infrastructure and industrial development because it's a new subject for me, and I'm not also directly concerned with real estate. As an industry, what I see is lots of scope for Hyderabad. Everybody from every state is looking for Hyderabad. In fact, when I visited Saudi, and I was speaking to some German investors over there, I incidentally happened to meet them, and there were some Russian people there in a dinner meeting. So they were telling, they were all looking at Hyderabad. I was so surprised. They just want to move away from China. They move away from China and just want to invest in India. So they're just looking for a suitable entry into the Indian horizon. So I was, advocating myself as a minister. I was telling plus points, all the plus points to them. So they were also critical, people with lots of experience know. He told a young minister, you are just focusing your state. Every state provides incentives. Every state provides whatever we desire. But the thing is, we want to know the attitude of the government. We want to know your political will. We want to see whether your political will be translated into action. So I gave an assurance. I would be the man who would be personally looking into problem if there is any, and assured them, there won't be any problem in times to come, and we will see that problems arises. We would be the first man, I would be the first man on behalf of Chief Minister, and our, very diligent officers are there to take care of your problem. So this sort of assurance the people are looking out for, and they are looking for Hyderabad especially. When somebody is coming to Hyderabad, someone in industries comes to Hyderabad, there are so many IT companies. When an IT company comes into Hyderabad, we're just asking. In fact, the existing HCL company, I would like to say, they were asking for a request for their presence in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. So immediately that the lady over there, which is dynamic, she was asking whether they have a beautiful 3-star or 5-star hotel, hospitality. So it's very difficult in 2-tier and 3-tier cities of Telangana. So you can concentrate on these areas where your participation at that level will bring industries, will bring IT. So there are scope where we can explore. I mean to say we can explore. If I'm wrong, if I'm too candid, please tell me. Because this is our commitment. I would like to press on our commitment. We are not going to go beyond what I tell you on these days. Tomorrow on this platform, the Chief Minister also will not budge and go back. So my point here is, you are all there. Because one industry comes, you are all there presence. Your presence is everywhere. You create buildings, you create apartments, you create spaces, you create living spaces. And on sustainable development, we have to see in 2050 is our policy document. And just now our Principal Secretary was also trying to put it, we would come up with a urban policy, the policy how our city should look in 2050. There is no urban policy as of now. Where the sewage would go, should go, whether it has to go to the Musi River or whether it is not. Over a period of time, we learned from the mistakes. Over a period of time, we got to know all these things. Now we are racing in this competitive world to stand apart from all other cities of India and all other nations and small nations. The day before yesterday, when the CM was there, he was just telling we are not competing with Indian cities or Indian states. We are competing with the world nations which are small or equal to our population. So it's his vision, it's our government vision too. So my point here is, we would extend what best cooperation is required. That is our word. And we would like to also tell what, Shekhar Reddy Garu, the chairman, has reflected on many points regarding so many issues. And we have just inaugurated a pavilion where many consultants have come forward and put their view about how to develop the riverfront. Basically, our news theme was Musi River. So I thank for all the consultants who have displayed. One consultant from Israel, he was talking about the natural development of this Musi River. It's so interesting. At the same time, we have to see, because we've been looking out for this theme park, this theme of developing this Musi River with amusement parks. Amusement parks again creates carbon. Right, sir? Yes. And what falls, what sports, and we would like to integrate the local vendors into this, our program of development. Local vendors, there will be so many local vendors who would be here. Not the big players also will be here on one end or other end. We would like to see that the local vendors have the participation. They are also will be the part and parcel of our state progress. Their vendors will be there, business areas will be there, the shopping malls are there, and everything we would be going on, we would hope to go on a PPP model. How the PPP model will be helpful on a win-win situation is most crucial for any businessman like you. We want to develop it as a very famous tourist destination. So we want to create an environment engaging both locals and the tourists. So at one point of time, our Principal Secretary was talking to Disney amusement park too. So that level of thinking is going on beyond to develop this Musi River. So this business areas or the amenities on the riverfront to generate economic opportunities, to attract entrepreneurs and investors. This will be a mix of many commercial activities. And it also creates jobs. Ultimately, it creates jobs. So, integral part of the project will be for the space for the cultural events too. And social and cultural well-being as a essence, we take this to create a sense of community engagement with a commitment to inclusiveness. Environmental conservation, we have been discussing about the sustainable model. We have to make an ecological balance of Musi River. The green initiatives, what the friend consultant was talking about, will be the integral component. Because overall facade or overall aesthetic appeal and ecological value of the upfront, we have to take into account, and we would like to reflect it, because we have, that will be the next generation Hyderabad, because it will be cutting across 55 kilometers from Vikarabad, mostly from the city. So this will be either the next Hyderabad. Now the Cyberabad has come. Now tomorrow, after we develop the Musi riverfront, maybe it looks, it's a big dream. We are dreaming, we will achieve it. We have dreamt of coming to power to rule this and govern this. Many people, I think 90% of the people wouldn't have believed that we will come and govern, but we had a big dream, we are here. So in that way too, the Musi river front, many people would be thinking, how this government has thought of Musi river. I'm frankly speaking, I'm very more candid. Oh, why? Of all Musi river, because many people spoke to me like that. Of all Musi river, so we have a big dream, and we will achieve it and we will reflect it. And this is our agenda. And not only Musi river, whatever are the 6 guarantees, what we provided. Yesterday I was in a meeting. So one of our young officer who was into administrative services, sir, 6 guarantees looks impossible. I told Nana Kishore, when you have dreamt of becoming an IAS officer, there were lakhs and lakhs of people who would be competing to become an IAS officer. When you started dreaming of becoming an IAS officer, it would have like seeing a water in the desert, but you achieved it. So this is not like that. We are very near to it. We know how to bring the fiscal discipline first. Try to generate the resources required to implement the 6 guarantees. We know how to curtail, few resources which has been spent earlier wrongly. And we have a grandiose plan what to do, what not to do. And we have a great team with the best officers at the helm. So we will try to achieve it. In the process, what I mean to say is the 6 guarantees also have lots of scope for the infrastructure and industry. So for example, if you take the housing part for the BPL families, it will be lakhs and lakhs of houses who would be the beneficiaries. So in that part, your commitment and your role also plays a major role for a social transformation of our Telangana people, citizens. So this is also a big area where you can contribute. Keeping aside your economic feasibilities and all, definitely any businessman look out for a 1 penny profit. Either it may be gross profit or a net profit. To maintain your investment and maintain your firms, you need some sort of a profit. So if that is guaranteed, so you have a wide space now. You have a wide space. And tomorrow we are trying to empower women also through our one guarantee like Mahalakshmi. So these are all creates avenue for your development. And I would like to really request and appeal, you be the part and parcel of our state progress. You be the partner for us. We are only facilitators, absolutely speaking. We are only facilitators. I can guarantee you, tomorrow you come down to my office, come down to CM's office, come down to any minister's office, nobody will charge a pie. I'm guaranteeing that. And nobody will try to evince any interest in your business terms. Nobody will try to literally create some problems and try to meddle your affairs. This is our guarantee also for this industry. So, there are not many things to be said, but, looking at diversification of our worldly affairs, if you see, we have to create value. How value can be created? We are the best, this may be not the best forum to say, Recently, we have done a project by Kaleshwaram project. Okay, we were very sorry to hear from a dam safety officials stating that they have designed the project in a wrong way. Quality was very poor. Design was not proper, and sustainability was never there. That was the report given by the dam safety officials, not by our party or somebody else. But it has been built by the best of the your business industry partners. But why did it happen? How did it happen? Definitely we will be running, government will be running to do some things, right? The best part is your people should stick to the quality, should stick to design, should, literally be firm in execution of the project with utmost care. We are very sorry to hear, this when dam safety officials have noted and put it in. They were poor in design, they were poor in quality, they were poor in execution. Everything has gone haywire. A lot of our, exchequer's money, the taxpayers' money has gone into. So this sort of aspects you have to take into account, because this will reflect on the state industry, especially the entrepreneurs like you. So we have to stand aloof, and your out-of-box thinking is also very important for our state's growth. We have seen many countries, many people would have gone to different countries, visited maybe 20 to 30 countries, all the big businessmen over here. How this industry can embrace digitalization, how this industry can embrace automation, how data analytics can help, in providing convenience and the comfort for the customers, and also create a productive atmosphere. So these are all the things where you can literally has to embrace. Many, small time or the medium level entrepreneurs may be here. But suppose a small time and the medium level enterprises embraces digitalization, automation, before somebody like, Shekhar Reddy embraces. He can be 100 times be forefront than Shekhar Reddy. So this is all just a comparison, not regarding you. So we've been thinking of it, and we would like to, share our technology. We would like to give our, whatever the best resource we have from the government, either from IT or from some other industry. So, because of this shift recently, we have to proactively adopt this innovative and customer-centric business model. Otherwise, we won't sustain, because the competition from Bangalore, or if you see Mumbai infrastructure and real estate partners of yours, how they adapt to innovative and business models in a different model. So I need not say for the existing large players here, but I would like to put in a few things for the small guys who wants to make big in the real estate industry. So these people have to embrace these sort of innovative models, so that, we will proudly say that our infrastructure and real estate is apart from other states and all. So I believe, in next few hours, where this summit is going to discuss and deliberate on many issues with large emerging trends and, many disruptive technologies which we are trying to encourage, like artificial intelligence, machine tool technologies, and this will help you in building rapid and reinforcing your industrial needs. So we all know that because recently many people signed for, almost all key players have signed data centers to come over here. We have literally signed MOUs with 6 big companies who would like to keep their data centers here. So data centers will be in and around 4 parts of our Hyderabad. So if data centers comes, we are, all, at the Indian level, they said that it's about 1 gig need is there. We are into 5G technologies. Tomorrow the 6G may come or 7G may come. So data centers play a major role, and we would be the focal point, and we will be the captain leaders of providing space for data centers. If that data center comes here, in and around, you people have some space and some role to play to really develop the infrastructure and to create and partner with the state of Telangana to enhance our state progress. So we would like to see that your inclusive role in a much bigger way. So we still stand like what Mr. Srikanth Reddy garu has told about how much space is available in Bangalore, 200 million square feet. They have grown to that stage, but they have done a wrong thing in not visualizing what would be the mobility needs, what would be, commuting needs. They haven't visualized that. Even though we have near to 1 million square feet of space now, but we are trying to put it like we have come up with the best metro rail system. I can say best metro rail system which we are trying to extend to first to the old city, later to coming out to the west. So these are all, where we are visualizing and trying to capture the needs for 2050. And we are also planning to bring in some sort of a commuting model in between our roads. So what is the commuting model? Dana Kishore and his team are working on it, whether it is a monorail, whether it would be some other mobility structure in place so that mobility will never hamper the growth of the state. So these are all we are literally trying to look into. Coming into so many issues, I have, points to be make, but I'm short of time because my budget session will be on in the next few weeks. We are on the process of finalizing the budget. My subject is there to discuss with our Deputy Chief Minister. So, before conclusion, I would like to appeal once again. Whatever I have trying to exchange the ideas of our government, our Chief Minister, and especially in terms of Musi River development. And when CII visited Chief Minister through, he was trying to explain your industry partner about the 3-layer development which will take place in the next 5 years. Now we have created a huge facility like ORR. In fact, I was also there when informal talks were taking place for when ORR was thinking. And they told that, nobody would go on ORR, sir. Nobody would travel on ORR, sir. It's a waste of capital expenditure. That was the expression of one of the officers then. So it was a political will by then Chief Minister Rajshekhar Reddy garu to go by it and to try and do it. Now, if you see, that is also flooded. ORR as a commercial enterprise. You have seen that, the bid on the ORR toll, has invited so many people, but ultimately it went on to some guy. But that is the future. If you don't think of future, now we have thought of RRR. And Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister requested center's intervention. And absolute funding should be given by the central government. We requested for that. And because you all know how the state finance system is going. So keeping on that, our Chief Minister has requested Prime Minister for 100% involvement of their funds. But unfortunately, they're not coming forward with full funds. So we would, it's on the political gamble, they may not try to put it on full front. We are just trying and thinking of how to go about it. The first layer, what I mean to say is ORR, from city to ORR is the first angle, from ORR to RRR, and from RRR to other area. We would like to put it in clusters when ORR to RRR, we will develop, like if you have 12 verticals, we are also planning with 13 or 14 verticals, like we would like to involve sports, a sports city where anchor partners will be coming. In this 12 clusters or 13 clusters, what we are planning to create, the key partner will be selected from your industry, from your infrastructure project partner. The collaboration with international players will be deeply appreciated because we want to create a beautiful township there where industry will be there, where residential areas will be there, and also see that it's a fully comprehensive city, catering to the needs of each and every citizen who stays there. So we are looking out for the anchor partner who can develop on a PPP model or some other model which is more viable for the state. So this is our angle. And post RRR, we are going for agri-based industries. We have red zones which creates lots of emission. We are trying to cater certain extent of land for those people, so that that nature or the habitat will not be disturbed. And we are trying to create agro-based industries. So the new industrial policy will we will reflect more. And later, we would like to request Shekhar Reddy Garu to have one more meeting after our budget session. We finish our full-fledged budget session, because then we'll have our full vision of our government. Then you can think of what to do or what not to do. Before that, I request CII also to give your inputs, because the budget is almost on the verge of finalization for state budget. So if you give us the inputs, that can facilitate few of the demands in the requests from your industry, so that a beautiful environment will be created and enhanced. Somebody would have done good previously. I promise you, on behalf of Chief Minister, we will do it better. We will do the best. We will do the best. That is our commitment. So with this few insights or deliberation, what I have made with you, so I would like to conclude by saying, so this sort of a workshop or this sort of a seminar, what in a few hours from now, you will be discussing on different aspects on 12 or 13 verticals what CII has. I wish and hope this summit or this meeting shall focus on short-term and long-term goals in infrastructure and real estate. And I hope to see your partnership with the state will go a long way. We will try to create some sort of an ecosystem wherein all the key players from all over the nation, we are not targeting the nation because all your competitors, all the key players from all over the globe should think that they have to have a presence in Telangana, especially in Hyderabad. I thank you for giving this opportunity. I thank you one and all.